All right. Well, Ryan, thanks for having us. You're coming to Stendhal again this year. So for people that haven't been to see you perform, sort of what can you expect when they turn up?
God, it's hard to know what to expect from me sometimes because it changes that much. But obviously Stendhal this year, I'll be performing a version of kind of my album For Every Silence that came out this year. The album itself is a mixture of kind of 4 different genres. And it's quite a quiet album, but for the festival we'll change it up quite a lot and kind of put a lot more energy and make it louder. You'll expect kind of, there's going to be a guest that's going to fill in some of the collaborators' parts. So it's going to be quite an interesting set. And anybody that's been to the album launch shows, it's going to be different from that because obviously a festival setting you kind of have to push things up a bit more. So I think it's going to be definitely an interesting one for people that haven't seen me or have seen me before.
You mentioned your album that you released earlier this year, For Every Silence, which has been a huge success. Are you working on anything else currently now that's done?
The album itself, For Every Silence, kind of took us by shock at how well it done. I think many artists going into kind of the album territory just don't know what to expect. And when we released that through Quiet Arch via Belfast, it just kind of went national and kind of blew up so quick that I was kind of still working at the time. So I had like the Irish tour planned and we were doing that and all the shows were really well attended. The product was selling, but it just got bigger than where I'm from. We ended up getting offered all these huge support tours and like tours in Europe, which kind of led to me leaving my job. So as far as the album was concerned, it was kind of the best thing in my career so far because it's just made me a full-time musician, which kind of meant straight away, I have all these tours now that we're announcing and the full German tour in September. And all these boutique festivals throughout Europe that we're announcing at the minute. But what happened straight after the album, me leaving my job, was we want the next album. So,
so the decision to go full time has definitely been a good step.
It's been a good step, but it's although I haven't been gigging a lot, and we've been really hand-picking the festivals we're playing, which is quite important because Stendhal was a decision that was really important to us because we're not doing any other festivals here up in the north. So so as I say, that was quite a big decision. Everything's been hand-picked and selected very carefully in the way that we think would suit listeners here in the album because it's so delicate. What I've been doing recently is I'm working on album number 2. Cool. And I'm on the 3rd week of being studio bound, so kind of growing a beard and the hair needs cut.
Much daylight outside.
But so it's been busy. I'm just going to get busier.
Cool. And then so last year you played Woodtown stage alongside Kieran Lavery with the Sea Legs collaboration. Yeah. How was that? How did you find that went?
It was one of those memorable kind of nights where you've kind of done your turn, you've been around other festivals, and a lot of festivals you kind of build them up in your head to be kind of this real standout point in your career, and and it is the case for a lot of the huge festivals that we were doing it at, and they kind of came up short. Although they were well attended and stuff, it just didn't feel like it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And then you kind of turn up to Stendhal where it's known as like a small boutique festival, and it ends up a big deal and you're not expecting it. So for us it was probably a real standout part of that year and the whole Sea Legs project. So to return the next year with an album that's gone bigger than that and they go back to the same stage is going to be very interesting. The worst thing about it is like my expectations are through the roof for it because it was so good last year. But you know, any festival can be, you know, whatever it wants. It's the people at the end of the day that make it. And the crowd last year was so warm and welcoming, and I was clashing with the headliner with Kieran, and the place was mobbed for it, so it was really good.
If you were to collaborate again,
yeah,
who would be your ideal artist to collaborate with?
Oh, God.
Past or present?
It's not something that I would have in my mind.
Yeah.
Usually, collaborators or anybody I've worked with is people I would see at festivals.
Okay.
And I am quite active in going to gigs. So, to be honest, you know, I could meet my next collaborator at Stendhal.
Very cool. That works. And for people watching this that haven't been to Stendhal, what message would you give them about the festival?
Stendhal, for me, I don't really rate a lot of festivals. It sounds really bad, but I don't. I've played so many of them, and I could safely say there's only 3 really here that I enjoy, and Stendhal is the only one in the north. So the other 2 I'm not going to mention, but yeah, it's there's something about not having these massive companies involved that makes it very special. And it makes it kind of more personal when it's like that, and you can see there's a lot of personal touches in the festival that doesn't happen that often. You're not going to go and see these big major kind of drink sponsored stages and these kind of trashy style lighting. It's all well thought through, and it really comes across when you're a performer and when you attend it. The festival itself, I actually bring my family to it. That's how much I enjoy it. So I think that's a real testament to what everyone's achieved with it. And I know for it's not just me that does that. It's my manager, my label. Everybody comes and brings their family, and it's like it's that kind of atmosphere that you want to be a part of. So.
Is there anybody playing this year on the bill that you're interested in watching or excited to see?
Yeah, strangely enough, there's 2 that were kind of quite important to me growing up. One of them I've supported. I must have been too young to support, because thinking back, I don't know if I was legal to be supporting him. But DJ Yoda,
okay.
Anybody that knows my background knows that I came from a DJ kind of hip hop background, and to hear that Yoda's playing the festival, it's, you know, it's going to be a party when he hits the stage. And then, you know, Badly Drawn Boy is quite an important one, because I've always been really interested in the Mercuries. And kind of I was never into football as a kid. I was always into music, and the Mercury Awards was it was like the Premiership to me. It was like the Euros. So yeah, as I say, I collect all the kind of Mercury nominated albums and anybody that's involved in it, and his was quite a big one for me growing up. So to see him kind of performing will be another one ticked off the list.
Excellent. Well, Ryan, thank you for having us. You can see Ryan Vail playing the Woodtown stage, closing the Woodtown stage, midnight, Saturday, 13th of August.
Yeah.
Cheers!